Hey guys, and thank you so much for tuning into my channel. My name is DeLady Designer, and today I would like to talk with you guys about Planet Coaster 2 again, because many of us are actually still waiting for an amazing sequel to the first game of Frontier Development's Planet Coaster. And yesterday, Frontier actually posted on their Jurassic World Evolution, their Planet Zoo, and Planet Coaster page the following message. Love Planet Coaster, want to help us shape future games. Now, obviously, Planet Coaster is now mentioned on this page, and Planet Zoo, it's called Planet Zoo, etc. So love Planet Coaster, want to help us shape future games. We'd love to hear from you. Fill out this short survey. So if we go to the survey, we are getting the following questions. Frontier Management Sim Survey. Now, obviously, we do know that Frontier is planning to launch 3 creative management simulation games, with the first one launching probably at the end of this year. Then the following year after that, so the end of 26, we will see another creative management simulation game. And the year after that, so the end of 27 most likely, we will see another creative management simulation game. And we already spoke about what kind of games that could potentially be. Now, there are more titles on the table. I definitely recommend you to watch my other videos and all the findings I had when it comes down to like names and websites that Frontier is already owning. So yeah, it could be like a different type of games in the planet genre, but we also do hope, of course, that one of these creative management simulation games will be the sequel to Planet Coaster, being Planet Coaster 2. And I still have very high hopes for that. And I think this survey also does confirm that a little bit to me. So, okay, welcome park, zoo, and coaster managers. We at Frontier would love to get to know you better and hear your thoughts and opinions on your experience with creative management sims. By the way, if you want to fill in this survey yourself, I will make sure to link it in the description of this video, because the more people filling in this survey, the better, obviously. So in order to do that, we would like to ask you to complete this survey, which will take approximately 7 minutes to complete. I think I did it easier and shorter than that, but okay. This survey is completely anonymous. Well, okay, I'm filling it in right now, so it's not really that anonymous. So we're looking forward to reading your honest thoughts and feedback. Thank you for your time. Next, this survey is entirely anonymous. This survey only gathers data provided to us via the answers to this survey. No other information is collected. Please confirm that you have read and understood the Frontier privacy policy. Okay, so I already did that, so there we go. Frontier Management Sim Survey. Frontier titles, please read all instructions carefully. Have you played any of the following Frontier games? So I have played Planet Zoo, Planet Coaster, Jurassic World Evolution 1, Jurassic World Evolution 2. I actually did play a little bit of Elite Dangerous, really enjoyed that. I really did love Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. I tried to play F1 Manager 22, but well, that was actually too hard for me. I actually was still recovering from my first COVID infection back then, and my brain was like, nope, I am not able to get into this game. I felt very sorry because I am a F1 manager, or no, I am an F1 fan. But no, that game just wasn't for me. So I also did not play 23, didn't play Warhammer Age of Sigmar. So now quickly before we continue, if you are interested in trying Planet Coaster, Planet Zoo, Jurassic World Evolution, Elite Dangerous, or any other games mentioned here on their website, then definitely do make sure to check out the sponsor of a channel, Instant Gaming, because via their website, you can get most of these games, among many other games, of course, with a really great discount. And by buying via their website, you will get a great discount, and you will also be supporting the channel. You can find a link to their website in the description of this video and in the pinned message of the comment section, so you can easily find it. So the next question, I actually should say 18 to 24, but people that know me long enough do actually know that I'm not. I'm a woman and coming from the Netherlands. Frontier Management Sim Survey. Which platforms do you own? I play on PC. We do have an Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo Switch at home, but I actually don't really use them. In a typical week, how many days do you spend? Well, I'm now working, so let's go for 2 to 3 days. Which of the following genres do you enjoy playing? Well, when I used to play games, I guess. So that would be... Okay, we're gonna go for, well, not Minecraft, but Sandbox games. Simulation games, I actually do really like shooter games like Overwatch and a little bit of Call of Duty and stuff. Management games, yes, City Skylines, definitely love that. Actually, also did enjoy some Battle Royale games, but not Fortnite. Strategy games, I can also really appreciate that. All right, you can only pick up to 3, so then I'm going to keep the management, sandbox, and simulation games turned on, I guess. Now, obviously, as you can tell, they are also trying to gather as much information as possible for probably any other future games. Like, what are the people that are actually playing their current games or used to play their current games are playing next to that? So what kind of niches would be interesting, or what kind of genres would be interesting in creating games in the future? I do really like that Frontier is trying to gather as much information as possible. So gaming habits, rank these genres selected in the previous section, starting with the one you enjoy playing the most. Okay, then, I think I'm gonna go for simulation or simulation, sandbox, management. Oh gosh, this is a hard one. I want to put them all equally on the first spot, I guess, but I think, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna keep it like this. Gaming habits, how important are the following aspects when playing management games? Social sharing, well, as a content creator, is pretty important to me, but it's not that important. I think I'm gonna put it here because as a casual player, like obviously they're not creating games for me as a content creator, so I'm not really sure how to fill that in exactly. I find challenge pretty important, but it's not like I'm playing on hard mode. Campaign stories, I actually don't really like stories for some reason. Like all games that have like the storyline, I'm like, oh no, no, it's just not for me. Art style, very important. Management, very important. And creativity, very important. Have you played any of the following games? I have played a little bit of 2 Point Hospital. Didn't find it challenging enough. Played a little bit of Stardew Valley. I know that many people ask me like, what do you want to play Stardew Valley on the channel? And I actually played it when my cat was suffering from kidney failure and he passed away during that time. So when I think of Stardew Valley, I always need to look back at the time that I did play Stardew Valley and he was like trying to fight his life. That was like super sad. So I don't know. I never touched that game ever since. Love City Skylines 1. City Skylines 2, I tried, but yeah, I guess the game has a lot of potential, but the performance was really bad for me. So yeah, no, I didn't touch it ever. And I saw a lot of videos about it, that the gameplay itself was really not in-depth enough. Like, it didn't really matter whatever you did in your city. So yeah, this is obviously not a City Skylines 2 review. You can also get City Skylines 1 and 2, and I guess also Stardew Valley and 2 Point Hospital on Instant Gaming, by the way, if you want to try it. City Skylines 2, I have no doubt that at some point in a year or 2 or 3, the game will be fantastic, like we probably expected it to be. But as of right now, it definitely lacks a lot. And yeah, would probably not recommend it. Sims is the same story, I guess. You can get a lot of Sims games on Instant Gaming as well if you're interested. But at this point, Sims 4 seems to have so many problems. I know the devs are trying to fix it as much as possible, but yeah, the state of the game since December, since the latest pack, definitely not very good. Anyways, I did play all of these games, not currently playing them. Let's continue. Which of the following games did you enjoy the most? Well, then I am gonna go... Can I select more? No. Okay. Then then it's either Sims 3 or City Skylines. I think City Skylines 1 is going to win that, definitely, because that's an amazing game. Do you ever create any type of in-game user-generated content and share it with others? Never did. How many games have you bought in the last 12 months? That's not really fair because most of my games I get for free being a content creator. So I actually didn't really buy many. So I need to think, like, how many would I have bought myself? I think I would have bought City Skylines and all the Planet Zoo packs, definitely. I think I'm gonna let's go for 6 to 10 because there are pretty much some other games like Farthest Frontier, or was it already last year? I think Farthest Frontier was already last year, but there are some games out there that I got that are really good. So I'm gonna say 6 to 10. How often do you pre-order games? Honestly, talking about pre-ordering games, like City Skylines 2 would have been a game that I would definitely have bought in a pre-order if I didn't get it from Paradox. But after seeing the state of the game, I think I'm gonna learn from that. Even though I didn't actually buy that game, I am not going to pre-order games as well. Like The Sims, I before like a year ago or something, I would have always pre-ordered new packs, but always when I played it, I didn't really like the gameplay too much. And I stopped buying games for The Sims 4 as well since last year because I never really played it and I didn't really have that much time to play it. But I think I'm going to learn from that. I am not going to pre-order games anymore because the current state of the gaming industry right now, I'm sorry, but there is just a lot wrong with a lot of games. And at least I personally, when I'm going to get games for free for a pre-order and they're just not good enough, or their state is not good enough. I didn't even do it with City Skylines because City Skylines was just, man, I was so disappointed. I was so much looking forward to it and it just didn't run at all on my computer. I know that other people didn't have that many issues, but some, and including me, were just not able to play that game. So I did make like a post on my Discord server and my community wall about it. Like, yeah, I'm sorry if you're interested in City Skylines 2. Better not play it right now and just wait and hold on for honest reviews about it. And I can tell you guys that I'm going to be one of the persons right now that whenever I get something for free and it just doesn't run well or something, or you really should hold back, I'm not going to tone down anymore about it. Like, obviously, I'm gonna stay constructive with my criticism, but yeah, I would not recommend with many games to pre-order it because it's a thing these days that pre-ordering games, many games are just not in the state that they should be when they launch. Many games should be pushed half year or maybe a year before they actually launch, but many of these companies right now are like on the stock market and they're like publishers that really expect them to hold on to a certain date and being like, yeah, well, okay, it's not finished. Well, we don't care. You are going to push that game anyways to that date and then just wait and see what is going to happen. And I think City Skylines 2 is teaching us that that should not be the way. And Frontier, if you're listening, please push any game that you have when it's not finished yet, because I think many creators of us are not going to stay silent as well. Like, I think many people that played City Skylines in early access or even before that, many creators that played that game were really hopeful with the feedback that they gave that the game would be better very soon. So people were still like so excited for it, and we're still like, oh yeah, the game is great, it still lags, but it's gonna be fine. And then like half a year later, all these videos were going out being like, yeah, no, sorry, but this game is just not finished and it's just not okay. How it launched, like the marketing was really bad. The marketing was like being, this is going to be the city game you have never seen before. It's going to be fantastic. And now we are like months later and the game is just not finished and there are just so many issues with it. No, I'm really, really begging Frontier to not make that mistake when you are going to launch any future games like Planet Zoo. Like even Planet Zoo, in all honesty, when it launched, I was so excited and so happy about it in 2019, but there was so much still wrong and bugged. But back in those days, I loved Frontier so much with Planet Coaster, and I was so excited for Planet Zoo to launch, but there were so many issues, and back then I tried to just work around all these issues and just tried to stay positive. But even Planet Zoo, in all honesty, should have launched like half a year later or so to fine-tune all these bugs that were in franchise mode mostly. There were a lot of issues back then as well, and many people just bought that game and were so disappointed in the first few weeks about all the bugs that they encountered that many people already left in those first weeks and never returned to the game. And I find that so freaking sad. So yeah, I honestly do really hope that Console Edition is going to do very well and it's going to be great. There will be limitations. The building limit, aka the complexity meter, is going to be a thing. We made a few videos about that on the channel, and I do really hope it's not going to be as bad as the signs that we have. Like, it's going to be fine if you're going to build smaller zoos, not that detailed or not heavily detailed. I think small zoos, heavily detailed, are possible, but once you go to a little bit more bigger zoos or huge zoos, then it's definitely depending on how you are going to play that game, how it will run it. So I'm just in general very curious to see how the state of Planet Zoo Console Edition will be. I think the state will be fine, and it's going to depend a little bit about the limits that people will experience. So yeah, even when it comes down to Planet Zoo Console Edition, I honestly do feel like it's better to just hold on with pre-ordering the game before you actually know how the game will exactly run, to not be disappointed and still being able to decide whether or not you want to get the game on console, or maybe get it on a Steam Deck, or maybe get yourself a good gaming PC if that's an option for you. So yeah, that when it comes down to pre-ordering games, I normally did, but I think when it comes down to giving information to Frontier, I'm gonna say I never pre-order games, because that is definitely what I'm going to do in the future. So which social media channels do you usually use to learn about gaming content? I think Twitter and YouTube are the biggest platforms for that for me. Which of the following games do you enjoy the most? Well, then obviously Planet Zoo is going to win. How important are the following aspects when playing Frontier management games? Management, very important. So wait, didn't we just fill this in already? Anyways, okay. Gonna put that one here. Art style, creativity, very important. Campaign stories, not important to me. Challenge mode, important. Do you use Frontier Steam Workshop to create or download content for Frontier games? I pretty much never do, but I do provide people with downloadable content. Frontier management, Frontier games, Planet Zoo. When was the time you played Planet Zoo? In the last 30 days. How important are the following aspects when playing Planet Zoo? So management, very important. Sharing designs. As a creator, it's very important, but as someone that will be casually playing, probably not. Building zoos, very important. Campaign objectives and campaign narratives, not very important. Observing animals, of course. Animal variety, yes. Community challenges, not that much. I wish if Frontier would change the community challenges to something more rewarding than like costumes that I would never do anything with, maybe. Or wait, no, that's not really true. That was a thing, and then we got like those animals as a reward, which is kind of cool, but I just never really. I don't know. Maybe. If a casual player, would I be? I'm gonna put it on neither important nor unimportant. Okay, how many DLCs do I have? All 16. Now this is an interesting question. What would be the most important factor to you when choosing Planet Zoo DLCs or packs? This is, you can only pick one. I would go for scenery pieces because those packs, including animals, of course. Animals are very important too, but scenery pieces are in the end more important to me because they do spark more creativity. And I do really notice that whenever a new pack launches in Planet Zoo. So a normal pack with scenery pieces would interest me a lot more and would excite me a lot more for a longer period of time comparing to only an animal pack. Now, one thing we do have to mention, like for many of us, it feels pretty clear that Planet Zoo development on PC is ending, unfortunately, which is still pisses me off pretty much. But okay, we already discussed that, but I really don't want Planet Zoo to end, but I think that this is definitely a way for Frontier to already gather information about what to do for a potential Planet Zoo 2, which would be in the makings. I'm not really expecting a Planet Zoo 2 to be among the creative management simulation games that they are planning to do over the next following 3 years. I would find that a little bit too fast, but it could be that this is their way of gathering information, because this is not their way of gathering information for the future of Planet Zoo 1. I really do doubt that, but hey, we don't know for sure. Nothing is for sure at this point. It's going to be more confirmed to me that the end of Planet Zoo for PC is really near when there is like this bigger pack. We also did make a video about that would be the confirmation for me. All the videos that I talk about, I will link them in the description if you're interested about them. But yeah, so it really depends, like the next pack, what that is going to be, how expensive that one will be. That is going to confirm for me a little bit more when there is going to be the last pack or not. So we have to wait and see about that. Now, interestingly enough, Planet Zoo, or no, not Planet Zoo, Frontier is asking here about your thoughts about Planet Coaster as well. Now, obviously, I did fill in that I played Planet Coaster, and this is going about the management sim future of Frontier, but I do feel like this is them gathering more information about what people actually do interest about a game like Planet Coaster 2, because Planet Coaster 1 has been finished for 5 years already. So this information is not interesting at all for them for Planet Coaster 1, but definitely could be interesting for them if they are developing Planet Coaster 2. Might be a little bit late if Planet Coaster 2 is going to be announced for the end of this year, but okay, they still have time maybe to make some tweaks and changes if this is going to be launching the end of this year. But hey, who knows, maybe we will see a different Planet game at the end of this year. Maybe Planet Coaster is planned for the year after that or something like that. Although I do have some thoughts about the creative management simulation game in 25, because there is another Jurassic Park movie launching next year, if I'm correct. So I do feel like that might be Jurassic World Evolution 3. So when was the last time you played Planet Coaster? Unfortunately, that was a very long time ago. How important are the following aspects when playing Planet Coaster? Right, variety, very important. Campaign objectives, not that much important to me. Management, building parks, all very important. Campaign narratives and sharing designs, neither important or unimportant. I have all 11 packs. What is or would be the most important factor to you when choosing Planet Coaster packs? Please answer this question, even if you currently have no DLC packs. I find this a hard one, but I think this is an easier one because scenery is probably even more important in Planet Coaster, especially when going for themed areas. Like a ride is definitely also very important. Entertainers, I absolutely love. Music in Planet Coaster, I absolutely love. But the winner will be new scenery because I think scenery, spooky packs, spooky areas, adventure pack, all these packs are absolutely incredible because of mostly their scenery. But rides are obviously important because you're using the scenery around the ride. So yes, definitely scenery. So Jurassic World Evolution 1, when did you play it? 2 to 5 years ago. I have all 7 packs. So Jurassic World Evolution 2, I think I tried to play it last year again, but no, I don't know. I'm just really missing a lot of creativity in Jurassic World Evolution 2. I'm not saying it's a bad game. It's just not really for me when it comes down to creativity. It just lacks a little bit too much, and I don't want to download like tons of mods to be able to do that. Dinosaur variety is obviously very important. Building parks, campaigns, I didn't really enjoy that at all. Management is important. Sharing design is definitely not important for me. In Jurassic World Evolution 2 will be completely different if it would be more similar to the Planet games, obviously. I didn't really buy any games, any packs, but I think I don't have all the packs, so I'm probably having 3 to 5 packs. I didn't really bother to ask Frontier to give me keys if I wasn't interested in playing the game anymore on my channel, obviously. So what is the most important factor when choosing Jurassic World Evolution 2 packs? Cosmetics. Then it will be cosmetics, because if it would be more into detailing and more creative, then I would definitely be playing Jurassic World Evolution 2 a lot more as a big fan of the Planet games. So which of the Frontier social media channels do you use? Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. I have Facebook and Discord and a TikTok, but I barely use them. When do you first hear about updates? That's definitely the Frontier channels. I think Twitter, having the alarms on most of the social media pages of Frontier and all the games definitely is the first area where I hear most of my news, honestly. And done. Thank you for submitting your responses. Now you can definitely tell that Frontier is trying to gather as much information as possible to make sure that the future launch of all their creative management simulation games are going as good as possible. Now, as I already said during doing this survey, I do really hope that they are going to delay any games if needed, if the game is not in the state as it should be when it launches. But yeah, it's definitely a very good sign that Frontier is trying to gather as much information as possible to make sure that they will fulfill the needs of their players and what they actually want to see and play when they are playing their games. And Planet Coaster being in here, being a game that is finished for 5 years already, it definitely smells to me that that is also for the future development of Planet Coaster 2, or at least the current development. I do hope they're already working on it, obviously. We obviously don't know for sure if that is going to be the creative management simulation game launching at the end of this year. I am expecting an announcement for their new creative management simulation game probably before summer. I tend to lean towards April, but most likely May. May is definitely the month that I am expecting a new announcement for their newest creative management simulation game. However, looking at the stock market of Frontier, I could see them pushing that forward if they want to try to boost their stock market a little bit more. And if it goes down more, that could be a sign for Frontier to maybe push that forward. But hopefully the game itself will be good then, whatever it's going to be. I'm a little bit worried, and that's definitely because of the current state of the gaming industry in general and all the layoffs. And I just really hope that the developers that are working on any game right now inside of Frontier and working on the new creative management simulation games, that they do have the time they need to give us the best games ever and not push launch of games when they're not finished. Okay, I've said that enough now. But anyways, yeah, I really do think they are gathering information for a Planet Coaster 2 they are working on, even a Planet Zoo 2, even though I think that the launch of that game might still be 4, 5, 6 years away. I don't even want to think about that game, honestly. I really just want to see them continue Planet Zoo 1, but that's my personal opinion. And well, Jurassic World Evolution 3 is definitely not unlikely seeing a new movie drop next year. So yeah, them gathering information for all of these games right now is a smart move, and I just hope that all these games will be a great success for Frontier to get back on track and to earning them more revenue again and to be able to hire more people again. I think that will be fantastic if that will be a great success. So doing this is definitely a great step. Anyways, I would love to know your thoughts about them sharing this survey with us and gathering this information. If you want to fill in the survey, definitely make sure to go to the link in the description and share your thoughts, because this was obviously just my personal opinion, and everyone plays differently and everyone has different preferences when playing these type of games. So definitely do make sure to share your opinion to make sure that Frontier is able to deliver the best game possible in the future. Leave a like at this video if you guys enjoyed it, and subscribe, of course, if you haven't already. And yeah, I just really do hope to see you guys all in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye, guys!